Hello and welcome back to the lesson. In our previous video, we have an overview of both the front-end and back-end theme for this project. And in this video, we're going to be loading our custom admin backend template to our admin's dashboard. So let's go ahead and start the process. By default in Laravel Breeze, when you log into your dashboard, let's go ahead and log into our dashboard with the username as admin, password 111, and then hit the login button. We're going to be taken to our default dashboard or default admin dashboard. So in this video, what we wanted to do is actually change this dashboard to our own custom admin template, which is right here. So let's go ahead and do that. So to begin the process, let's head back to our project source code, which is right here. And let's go ahead and find the default dashboard, which is right here inside views. And here it is, the dashboard, which is actually the one we are presented with by default in Laravel Breeze. So what I basically wanted to do is I don't want to use this dashboard at all. I wanted to create my own admin custom dashboard. So to do that, I would like to create a separate view for my new admin's dashboard. So let me go ahead and create a directory for that inside our views folder. So let's go ahead and right click on our views folder. This time around, I wanted to create a new folder, and I'm going to call this folder admin, and then hit enter. And then inside the admins folder, I'm going to go ahead and create our dashboard. So let me go ahead and call it admin underscore dashboard .blade.php. Because we're creating a blade file, we need to specify the .blade.php extension and then hit enter. And now we have our custom dashboard. Let's go ahead and provide some text inside just for testing purpose. So let's say admin's dashboard and save this. So now let's navigate to our routes to make some changes. So let's come over here to the routes directory inside web.php, and then here inside our routes, you're going to see our default dashboard route that says /dashboard as the URL, and the route name is dashboard. And by default, as you can see, it's returning a dashboard view, which is actually the default dashboard right here. So what I wanted to do right here is I wanted to change the return value here. Instead of returning the default dashboard, this time around, I wanted to return my brand new admin's dashboard that I've just created. So let's go ahead and do that. So let's go ahead and change the value right here. Instead of saying returning this our default dashboard, we wanted to return this our admin underscore dashboard. So let's go ahead and tell it that we want to navigate inside our views folder, which is the views folder right here. And inside the views folder, we have another directory called admin. And inside the admin directory, we have our new dashboard residing inside the admin's directory. So let's go ahead and specify that in here and said inside the admin's directory, we have a file called admin underscore dashboard. And then let's go ahead and save this, save all. And now when we go back here to our route, when we refresh, okay, I think the changes I've just made to the web.php route does not have effect, because after refreshing this page like so, we're supposed to have the brand new dashboard that we have just specified into our route return value, because now we are returning the dashboard, our brand new dashboard, which is located inside our admin's directory, which is right here. So friend, what is actually going on now is whenever you make changes to this specific file, web.php, the changes you made inside this specific file does not automatically have effect due to cache that are being saved automatically to your application to optimize or to speed up the application runtime. So most of the time when you make changes inside the web.php file, you need to go and run the @optimize command to clear all cache for the changes to automatically have effect to your application. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's navigate to our project root folder. Inside our project root folder, Let's open this terminal, cmd, hit enter, and then run the php artisan optimize command like so. Php artisan optimize, and then hit enter. So now the caching framework, bootstrap, configuration, and metadata will all be cleared. Now that we have everything cleared, let's get back to our application, and now let's go ahead and refresh the page. We're gonna have our changes made. Yes, as you can see, admin's dashboard. This is our brand new admin's dashboard that we've just created right here. Inside our views folder, we have a folder, brand new folder called admin, and then inside the admin folder, we created the admin dashboard.belate.php, and then we go ahead and also make the changes inside our dashboard routes. Instead of returning the default dashboard, we then return our new dashboard that we've just created, which is inside admin, and we return our admin's dashboard. And now we are having our brand new admin dashboard. So from here, we can now go ahead and load our beautiful custom admin template, which is right here. So we're going to go ahead and load it into this our brand new admin dashboard. So let's do that. So now to load our custom theme, we need to go ahead and open our exercise file, project exercise file, and then inside the backend theme. Well, first of all, let's go ahead and copy the assets folder, as this folder contains all of our backend theme, styling, images, and JavaScript. So let's go ahead and copy the folder, and let's navigate to our project root folder, and then we're going to find the public folder, and inside the public folder, let me go ahead and create another folder called backend. Hit enter, and inside the backend folder, I would like to paste our theme assets files. So let's hold on small for this to finish copying. Okay, now let's head back to our theme. Let's go ahead and find the index page. The index page, which is right here. The index page here is actually the home page of our backend theme, which is right here. As you can see, this is the index page. This is the page that we wanted to load, which is basically the home page of our backend theme. We wanted to load here. So let's go ahead and copy that. Let's open it first. Let's go ahead and open it with VS Code. Yes, now that we have it open, let me go ahead and close this to expand everything. Let me go ahead and remove the overflow here. As you can see, the text is overflowing. So let me go ahead and say view word wrap, and then now everything is in one window. So let's go ahead and copy everything. Copy, and then let's come over here and then paste it. Paste. So we're not going to need this anymore. Okay, now as you can see, we have successfully copied and pasted our backend theme. So basically now the next step is now for us to update the assets path. But first of all, let me go ahead and get rid of this overflow. As you can see, the text is overflowing. So let me go ahead and get rid of that by going to view and then click on word wrap. And now we're not going to have any overflow here. So let's go ahead and begin at updating our assets path, because now if we were to view our admin's dashboard, we're going to be missing the styling, images, and also the JavaScript. So let's go ahead and take a look. Let's go ahead and save this first, and then let's come over here to our admin's dashboard. Let's say refresh. And now as you can see, our admin dashboard is successfully loaded, but we are missing the style and the rest of the things that beautify the admin's dashboard. So we're going to go ahead and include that. To include that, all we need to do is just update this asset path. So remember, we have already copied the asset files and we've saved it inside our public folder, inside backend folder, and then here we have the assets file. So all we need to do is to update all of our paths to point to this specific folder, backend folder, and then assets, and then access the remaining assets files. So to do that, we're going to go ahead and use the asset blade directives. So let's go ahead and begin the process. Let me go ahead and say assets. The asset function here simply refers to the public folder here. By using the asset function here, you are having a direct access to this public folder. So inside the public folder, we have a subfolder called backend. So we're going to tell it inside the public folder, we have a folder called backend, and then inside the backend, then we have the assets, which is right here. So we do not need to specify it. All we need to do is just specify the backend / and then inside the backend we have assets, and then inside assets we have image. Let me go ahead and expand this. Inside assets we have images, and inside images we have favicon.ico, which is right here, favicon.ico. This is all we have to do. So we're going to be needing this blade directive often, because we have a lot of paths that we need to update. So let me go ahead and copy it and then save it in a notepad for reference purpose. So let me save this right here, and then let's go ahead and copy it again. Anyway, we have the asset directory. We're going to go ahead and replace that with this, our new path. So let's go ahead and paste this here. Asset, paste this also here. Paste this. Let me go ahead and close this to have more room. So let me go and paste for this. Paste here as well. Paste here. And I think that's all for the styling. So let's go ahead and replace. All you need to do is copy the entire path, cut it, and paste inside. So as you can see, now everything will be fine. We said backend. Inside backend we have assets, and then image, and the remaining path follows. So let's go ahead and do the same thing for this. To here, cut this, paste it right here. Same thing for this one. Cut this, paste it right here. Cut this one too, paste it. You too, cut you, paste you here. Cut this one as well, paste it right here. Copy you, paste you here. And that's it for the styling. We're gonna do the same thing for JavaScript, which is right down here. Yes, as you can see, it's right here. So let's go ahead and copy our blade directive. Copy this, paste it. So you can actually hold down the Alt button and then click on multiple positions so that you can paste everything at the same time. So I'm holding down the Alt button, clicking on different spots, different positions, and now everything is selected. All I have to do is paste it once, and let's go ahead and do the cut and paste it. Cut this, paste it right here. Cut this one too, paste it right here. Cut, paste, cut you, paste you here, you to cut, paste. Sorry, made a mistake. And see, oh sorry, I'm not supposed to include the tag itself, just the pile path. Cut you, paste it right here. No, sorry, you, cut you, paste it right here. Cut you as well. No, sorry. Oh, okay, let's do that again. Cut this, paste it right here. Yeah, to here, cut this, paste it right here. Same thing with you, cut you, paste, cut this one as well, paste it. This one too, paste it right here. get this one to paste it right here. Same thing with this one too. Cut it, paste it, and then the last but not the least, cut this, paste it right here. So let's go ahead and save this. Everything, let's cross-check everything. Make sure that we have successfully updated each and every path. Put the JavaScript and the styling. Yes, seems everything it's cool. So let's go ahead and save the file, and then let's get back to our application and refresh. Yes, well, as you can see now, we have our admin dashboard. We have our custom admin dashboard successfully loaded. All our styling, our images, although some of our images are missing, we didn't update their path, but don't worry, we're going to do that later. But as you can see, everything now is successfully loaded. So friends, from here, what I wanted to do next is actually to separate our dynamic section with actually the static sections. So what do I mean by our dynamic section and static sections? Let me go ahead and take you to our main admin theme. I think explaining it here will be much better as everything is included here. So, let me go ahead and navigate. This is actually the dashboard. So let me go ahead and take us to another page. Let's say calendar, and then let's say email. Inside email, let's say inbox. And let me take you to another page as well. Let's say UI elements, let's say buttons. So friend, what I want you to notice here is, if you realize almost every page that we navigate to inside this admin dashboard, you're going to notice that that page has the sidebar, the header, and also the footer right here. The only section that changes is the section right here. Everything within this section changes, but the header, the sidebar, and the footer remain the same. So friend, this is actually our dynamic section. Every other thing is going to be the same except for the content inside this specific section. So that's exactly what I'm trying to do. I'll try to separate this section, this our dynamic section, with our most common or static sections in our admin's template. So let me go ahead and show you how to do that. We need to go inside our admin dashboard and find this specific section in order for us to differentiate or separate it from our remaining static sections. So let's go ahead and head back to our source code, and inside this our admin dashboard, let me go ahead and change the title first. Let's call it Student Result Management System. Student Result Management System, and that's our title. So let's go ahead and find this specific section, this specific dynamic section. So let's go ahead and look for it. Yes, as you can see now, this tag, it says our header, meaning our header. Let's minimize this. Well, yeah, this is basically our header right here. So let's minimize that one. Left sidebar start. So it says this is the left sidebar. Let's go ahead and minimize that as well. The left sidebar start, left sidebar end. This is basically our left sidebar right here. And main content. Yeah, I think we have found it. Yes, this is it. As you can see, the dashboard title over here, this is it. So friend, we have found our dynamic section. So let's go ahead and see that. Let's say main page, page content, container fluid. So let's go ahead and minimize this. So what's down below here? The footer. Yeah, this is our dynamic section. Let me go ahead and comment this our dynamic section and see. Let's go ahead and save, and let's come back here, refresh. Yes, as you can see, our dynamic section is completely gone. So that's to tell you that we have got the right section. So let me go ahead and uncomment this, and let me go ahead and cut this instead of commenting it. And then let's go ahead and create a separate file inside our admins folder, file, And then this file I'm going to call it index.blade.php and then hit enter. And let me go ahead and paste our dynamic section in here. Let's go ahead and go up. Let me minimize this, take it down a bit like so. And let's go back to our main dashboard. And in place of the code that we've just cut in the main page content container, let's go ahead and use the yield blade directive. Let's say yield, enter, and then I'm going to give it a name. Let's say admin. And then let's clear the space like so. Let me go ahead and save this, save all. And then let's get back to our index.blade.php. And then now we're going to go ahead and extend our main admin dashboard, which is this dashboard right here. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's say extend admin. Inside admin, we have a dashboard called admin underscore dashboard. Yes. And then we're going to go ahead and specify the section as well. So let's go ahead and say section. The section name is admin right here. So let me go ahead and copy it. Copy. The section name should be admin. Paste this. So let's go ahead and end the section right after the code below like so. And let's go ahead and save everything. So now, friend, we have successfully separated our dynamic section with our static sections. So the idea behind it is actually whenever we are going to create another view in our admin's dashboard right here in the future, we don't need to worry about the static part, which is the sidebar, the header, and the footer. We'll just need to work on the dynamic section and then go ahead and simply extend the static part just like we've done it for this index page. So now this admin dashboard, now it's going to be more like a template that contains all our static sections, which is the header, the sidebar, and the footer. And the index page now will be our main dashboard. So let's go ahead and take a look now. Let's go back to our project, refresh. Oh, sorry, we are still returning the main dashboard, which contains only the header, the sidebar, and the footer. So we need to change it now to the index.blade.php in the dashboard route to have the main dashboard, because now, as you can see, it's just returning the main dashboard. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's navigate to our route, which is here, web.php. Instead of saying the admin's dashboard, we wanted to return our index.blade.php. So the index page. So let's go ahead and change it back to index. And now let's go ahead and save this. Save all. And remember, we need to go ahead and run our artisan optimize command. For this, our changes to have effect immediately. Otherwise, it's not going to have effect. So let's go ahead and refresh the page now. And now we should have our main dashboard. Yes, so this is actually it. Now we have successfully separated our dynamic section with our static sections. So friend, that will be it for this lesson. I hope you understood the process of loading custom admin backend theme into our project. And I hope that you understand everything that we've discussed in this lesson. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.